Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We're up and running then. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Well timed, excellent interception. That's a good ball out wide. Beckham, Cannavaro pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Now it's Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now it's Van Basten. Beckham gets into a good position. So what can they make of this? Oh, that's well spotted. And he's gone long. Taken back almost at once. Great ball if he can get there. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Flamengo are looking to break at pace. And this is... Bullet! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Vieira did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bullet never out of the action for very long. FC Tokyo so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Beckham.
There they go, hunting again.
Oh, the ball's gone astray. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, what a ball! Bullet! And it's a goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Beckham. Rijkaard. And it's Ibrahimovic. Spread out to the left. Hullet. And Hullet! And that is wildly off target.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Rijkaard. Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Ibrahimovic! Oh, that was no routine save.
Ibrahimovic is offering a right smile there.
That is a brilliant interception. And now a sudden chance to counter. Tries to pass it through, and this is Ibrahimovic. Seedorf has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Crunching tackle. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And that is expertly dealt with.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And it's Rijkaard. Pull it. Is there any support? He might not need it. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Great ball, and he's in here. Now that looks a decent ball. He's had a shot! Messi! Oh, that is beautiful! A finish of true class! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd...
And that signals the end of the first period. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So, nothing in it, Jim. What do you think?
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And we are back underway. A good-looking ball. Pullet really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
A header! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Pullet. Neymar. Can he get on the end of this? He's having a shot! And this is Van Basten. And it's Zanetti. He's found a way past. Oh, that's neat. Seedorf getting up there! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Zanetti spots it and intercepts. And he's intervened well there. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Baresi. Van Basten is onto it in a flash. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Beckham. Pullet. Ibrahimovic. That looks a good ball through. Can he finish? Oh, they could break here. Seedorf. Baresi. Now it's Van Basten. Threads one in. Spread neatly. Neymar. Davids. Good take, and is he in? Pullet. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And no, that was never going to make it. Lovely pass, but can... Big chance! Goal! Flamengo! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. There was to be only one outcome.
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Substitution on the field. Number 3.
So time for
Naldi.
change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. Flamengo have their lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Number 13.
FC Tokyo really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
That is good alertness. Oh, it's Van Basten. Schneider. It's a goal kick. Cannavaro picks it up from the goal kick. Oh, it's Van Basten. Now, can they get him away? Zanetti picks it up out wide. Oh, good effort! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt. Defending of the desperate variety. He's in a great position here, and he's gone backward here. Oh, the ball's run loose here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
FC Tokyo really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now it's Hunnit, and it's Davids. That has been slung wide. Crosses it in, and a header! And he hits the net! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Shot could be on. Crosses it in here. Well, there's the clearance. But they've got it again. And the ball's come loose here. And he's really put himself on the line here.
Substitution on the field.
Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Oh, that was vital.
Alexander
Stam tries to clear.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
It's run loose here. Some really good ball movement. Van Bronckhorst deals with that comfortably. Davids. Now it's Hunnit. Now it's Van Basten. Cleared without hesitation. Vieira. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Looking for the run. And this is Ibrahimovic. And that will be the final act. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went
And
on,
now,
a draw
to all
was
members of the
always
crowd,
likely to be on
I'd
the
like
card.
to
So
ask you to
overall,
join
I
me
don't
in
think
wishing
anyone
our
will be
birthday
complaining too
boy
much
a
about
very
what they've got.
special birthday.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage.